interference. It's also interesting to see how these signs appear not just in romantic relationships, but in friendships and partnerships that shape our path. Sometimes, the universe connects us with someone to teach us something crucial about ourselves or to support us during a pivotal moment. These connections might feel fleeting, but carry lasting lessons. Carl Jung believed that every meaningful encounter is an opportunity for individuation, the process of becoming your true self. Recognizing these signs can be the key to unlocking that personal transformation. Think about the moments when you stumbled upon someone unexpectedly, and your life shifted subtly but profoundly. Maybe it was a stranger who said something that changed your perspective, or a friend who showed up when you were at a crossroads. These aren't accidents. They're woven into the fabric of destiny, guided by the collective unconscious Jung described. When you start seeing your relationships through this lens, you begin to appreciate the depth and significance of every encounter. And the beauty is, these signs don't always announce themselves loudly. Sometimes they're quiet nudges, like a feeling, recurring thought, or a pattern you can't quite explain. That's why being mindful and present is so important. It allows you to catch these whispers from the universe before they pass unnoticed. Have you ever looked back and realized a certain coincidence was actually a turning point in your life? Those are moments of destiny knocking on your door. Also, the concept of shadow work plays a role here. Jung emphasized that understanding and integrating our darker, unconscious aspects helps us prepare for healthier relationships. The universe might send signs to bring a person into your life when you've done the internal work to meet them fully and authentically. This is why sometimes signs appear only after a period of personal growth or healing. The universe waits until you're ready, not just to be with someone, but to be with the right someone who complements and challenges you in the best ways. It's a continuous dance between inner readiness and external synchronicity. Ignoring one often means missing the other. For example, if you're stuck in old patterns or fears, the signs might appear, but you might not recognize them, or you might push them away. But when you're open, curious, and willing to face your own shadows, those signs become clearer, more frequent, and more compelling. You might also notice how often these signs encourage action. Sometimes the universe doesn't just drop hints. It calls you to step forward, to take a risk or make a decision. Waiting passively might cause the opportunity to slip away. Recognizing and acting on these signs takes trust and courage. It's about balancing faith with initiative. Are you ready to take that step when the universe signals you? In many stories, people look back and realize that the signs were there all along, but they just didn't listen. Maybe it was a recurring dream, a chance meeting, or an unexplainable feeling of connection. When you tune into these moments and embrace them, you're inviting destiny to unfold naturally rather than forcing or resisting it. Carl Jung's idea that the universe speaks in symbols encourages us to be patient interpreters of our experiences, not just passive recipients. As you consider these signs, remember that the universe's language is often poetic, symbolic, and indirect. It doesn't shout instructions. It whispers through feelings, coincidences, and subtle nudges. Learning to hear this language is like learning a new skill that can guide your relationships, choices, and growth in profound ways. And hey, if you're intrigued by these ideas, why not subscribe? There's so much more to explore about how the mind, the universe, and relationships intertwine. Plus, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you experienced any of these signs? Did they lead you somewhere unexpected? Drop a comment below. Sharing your story could inspire someone else to notice their own cosmic messages. Connecting with someone destined to be in your life isn't just about finding the right person. It's about recognizing the universe's intricate dance with your soul. It's a reminder that we're all part of something bigger, and that love, in its many forms, often comes wrapped in signs waiting to be uncovered. Embracing this perspective transforms the way we see our encounters, making every relationship an invitation to grow and discover ourselves more deeply. In the end, destiny and the universe work together, weaving a tapestry that is as mysterious as it is beautiful. By learning to notice the signs, listening to the symbols, and trusting that inner voice. You step into a life guided by meaning and connection rather than mere chance. Isn't that a journey worth taking? If destiny wants you to be with someone, the universe has a way of sending subtle, yet powerful signs that guide you toward that connection. Imagine this. You're going about your daily life, not even thinking about love, and suddenly, things start aligning in the most unexpected ways. It's almost as if some invisible force is gently nudging you closer to a particular person. These signs aren't just coincidences. They're part of a bigger pattern, a cosmic message encoded in your experiences, emotions, and even your dreams. Now, you might wonder how to recognize these signals when they appear, and more importantly, what they mean for your journey with that special someone. One of the most fascinating ideas from Carl Jung is that the universe communicates through symbols and synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that can't be explained by mere chance. When destiny is at play, these synchronicities start popping up repeatedly, making you pause and reflect. For instance, you might find that certain songs, phrases, or numbers keep appearing exactly when you think about this person. Or maybe you keep bumping into mutual friends who seem to talk about them, even when you're not looking for it. These moments feel charged with meaning, like a secret code designed just for you. But why does this happen? Think about it. The universe doesn't just want to keep you wandering aimlessly. It wants to connect you with the right energies, the right people who will help you grow and evolve. And when the timing is right, it uses these signs to make sure you don't miss your chance. It's almost like being on a treasure hunt, except the treasure is a relationship that could change everything. So, when you start noticing these patterns, take a moment to breathe and really tune in. What feelings arise? Are you being called to pay attention or take action? One clear sign that the universe is aligning you with someone is the feeling of deep, inexplicable familiarity. You might meet a person and feel like you've known them forever, even if it's your first time crossing paths. This is not just nostalgia or wishful thinking. It's what Jung would call an archetypal connection, something rooted in the collective unconscious that transcends time and space. This recognition often comes with a surge of clarity and calm, as if your soul is reminding you, here's someone important. You might catch yourself finishing each other's sentences or sharing similar dreams and values that feel rare and precious. It's worth noting that this kind of connection isn't always flashy or dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle, a quiet sense of comfort, or a moment where words aren't needed to communicate. These shared silences can be just as telling as any grand gesture. When you experience this, it's like a silent handshake between two souls, confirming that the universe is weaving your paths together. You might find yourself thinking more about this person without any effort, or even feeling a strange pull to check in on them at odd hours. Another sign involves timing that feels almost too perfect to be random. You might be in a phase where everything in your life seems chaotic or uncertain, and then this person appears exactly when you need them most, offering support, insight, or simply presence. The universe has a knack for delivering what we need, even before we consciously realize it. Think about moments when you felt lost and suddenly someone arrives with just the right words or actions. That's not luck. That's the universe's way of saying, I'm guiding you. If you recognize this timing, it's a good indicator that the connection you're forming is meant to be. Now, it's not just about external signs. The universe also speaks through your intuition, that inner voice that often gets drowned out by the noise of daily life. When you sense that something is right, even if you can't fully explain why, trust that feeling. This gut instinct is a direct line to the unconscious, a compass pointing toward destiny. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of paying attention to these inner nudges, because they're often more accurate than any external advice. Have you ever felt that you just know someone is important without any logical reason? That's your intuition guiding you through the maze. Of course, recognizing these signs also requires openness and willingness to engage. Sometimes people ignore or dismiss these messages because they seem too strange or coincidental. But what if by overlooking them, we miss an opportunity that could transform our lives? The universe often tests our readiness by making these signs subtle, It's like a whisper in a noisy room. You have to tune your senses to catch it. When you start practicing mindfulness and awareness, these signs become more obvious. You might notice repeating dreams, sudden memories, or even feelings of déjà vu tied to this person. These are all threads connecting your story with theirs. Something else that stands out in this process is how the universe often uses obstacles as signals. If you find unexpected challenges arising, just as you're about to deepen a connection, don't be discouraged. Sometimes, these hurdles are not roadblocks but checkpoints, designed to test your commitment or growth. Jung believed that confronting these challenges is part of individuation, the process of becoming your true self. When you overcome these tests, the relationship gains a stronger foundation, built not just on attraction but on shared resilience and growth. Reflect on the times you felt pushed away only to realize later that it led you to something even better. In these moments, your own patterns and shadows often come to the surface. Destined relationships push us to face parts of ourselves we might rather avoid. That's why the universe sends